What's up, guys? It's Brian, SLC Farms. Well, coming to you on the day that Debbie is passing through York, South Carolina. Right now we're kind of in the, I guess what you'd call, eye of the storm. But as you can see behind me, got a little bit of water infiltration here on the farm. So I'll get y'all some footage here in just a second of what we got going on. All right, guys, we are out here at the entrance of the drive coming in the farm. This is a field across from the house here. And what we've got is Big House and Creek. Runs down along the property. You've seen us cross this bridge. We farm the field on the other side. But the creek has crested her banks pretty good. And we've now got us our own personal lake here as you come into the farm. And the water's flowing in pretty good. We'll get down here to the bridge and take a look. Wilbur has decided he would take advantage of the lake. He loves to go swimming. And here comes Hank, and right in after him. Crazy dogs. All right, we made it down here to the bridge. Got some trash floating in. Y'all can see the water is flowing good. We're probably, I would estimate, about 4 foot from the bottom of the bridge. This is the deepest I have seen it in some number of years. It hasn't been this bad. Normally we'll get a flood here and there, but it has not been this bad. I think I've got a video way back, major flooding and devastation. It's probably 4 or 5 years ago. But a lot of water coming in. We're gonna have a lot of cleanup. I already know we got a big busted hole in our dike. We're gonna get around and check on the cows. All right, we're walking into the entrance of the farm here. So y'all can see this is normally our horse pasture. And they got just a little bit of ground still out of water, but we have let all the horses into the back there, and they've got stalls they can get in and out of, so they're plenty safe. No worry for them. Their hay ring has floated off. We had a big brush pile. Both of those right now are currently against the fence. I knew I should have burnt that the other day, but I was thinking I'm gonna have more brush to put on it when we cut this big dead poplar down. And I figured I would burn it then. And I just been waiting on a little bit cooler weather to, again, cut this big dead poplar down. So that's the front coming in. Let's check on the cows in the back. All right, we're walking up past the new barn towards the back. The cows have posted themselves all up on the last little dry piece of ground they got. One has ventured off of the pile. But we've got some major devastation back here. Our fence has washed out. Our dike that holds the creek back has washed out. And this hasn't happened in a number of years, and it's probably the worst I have seen it. In some spots back here, the water is probably 5 to 6 foot deep. And I'm gonna zoom in, see if y'all can see. But right over there, our dike, which normally runs all the way along the creek here, has busted. Now that dike's made of sand. It's just dirt pushed up from the property. This has happened before, but it normally doesn't happen when we flood. You can see the cows, they got a little dry spot there left. Honestly, they can wade right through the water, come up back here behind the Dodge, and they got some plenty of ground back here in the back that behind this pickup. But they haven't decided to do that yet. It's not so deep that they can't wade through there. I'm not too worried. Usually the water goes out as quick as it comes in. But like I say, right now we're kind of in the, what I would call eye of the storm, even though it's not a, I know it's not a hurricane. I guess it's still maybe a tropical storm. I don't know. It's currently right now, sorry, I think it's somewhere around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't look because I'm filming with the iPhone. But yeah, it looks like this is supposed to go till about 9 tonight. So we'll see if the water's out of here in the morning. We got one cow that's gonna venture across here, get over to some higher ground. So they're smart enough, they know what to do. We'll check back in a little while. Country gal's been out rescuing chickens, and I can tell y'all it was up past where her cell phone is. Her boots are slap full of water. Give them a little squish there, honey. Show them how they're full of water. Oh, you already squished it all out. Yeah. Well, the cows are deciding they're going to migrate over to more higher ground. Animals ain't dumb. They know what to do. They know where the high spots are at this farm. They'll make their way over. All right, guys, it's almost 6 o'clock now. A little update. The water is still coming up. Our opening there is getting bigger. Just a little bit ago, that chicken coop down there, a little chicken tractor, was out of the water completely. And we've come up another foot easily. The garden spot is now taking on water. Our gate here, we are up above the second rung. Take y'all around front and show y'all. Everybody's still good though. All right, so back up front here, it's starting to mist again, so the storm's moving a little bit. We've easily come up another, yeah, easily 6-8 inches. So this gate right here in front of us, you could see the rung out of the water before. We've got some trash floating up. Water's moving good. What it's doing, it's coming out. The bridge is out. The bridge is out there beyond those trees. The water's coming in, swirling around, and then shooting back out that way. Chicken coop there is underwater. All the chickens are rescued though. So, yep, she's getting deeper. All right, we're back here in the back of the farmyard. It's back behind the house here. Some hay ring has floated off into the fence there. There's not much I can do about it right now. I got a giant brush pile. It's now back behind that little oak right there. It's floated over into the fence. But as y'all can see here, we've got us a waterfall going into the cow pasture here, where she's cresting over. I'm not sure that I've ever seen it flood quite this bad. I know it has before, but I'm not sure that I can remember it being this bad. This probably, I've been here 12 years. This is probably the worst one I've seen in 12 years. So just perspective, there's the washout down there of our dike. Our dike runs all the way along right here, along the creek. And then it's up so high, it's coming in right there as well. And like I say, it's still coming in down yonder. The cows were on that little pile there. They decided they better get to higher ground. Hopefully the mineral tank doesn't float off. But we'll check back before dark. All right, y'all. I'll try to make my way across the little waterfall here. I was in the house and heard some crashing. And we're gonna have to block all this off. This water's gotten so bad. It has took down several, oh, if I don't fall, several large trees. We got a big, let's see here, that looks like maybe a gum or something. We've got 1, 2. I better be careful because I still hear some cracking and popping. Now, these have fell from the other side of the creek, hung up in the tree here. Got some more right here. Pretty good sized oak that has come down here. Gonna be a lot of cleanup. It's taking out my horse fence left and right. We'll have to block them off from coming back here. I would try to, I hear more stuff cracking and popping. I would take y'all on the other side of this. On the other side over there is where the washout is. Down there, it's gotten pretty big. The water level is going down. And those fence posts are about 4 foot out of the ground. 4.5, something like that. I can still hear the cracking and popping here. This other big one's gonna fall further. And I'm gonna need a track hoe in here to clean some of this up, I think. Pretty good sized tree there. Probably gonna take this tree out. I need to get all that cleaned up for sure. Let's mosey our own way back across here. Horses are all up in the backyard. See, it's all up over the fence. What a mess. Yeah, still flowing in good. I don't know that I've ever seen it get quite this high. We'll be lucky if it doesn't take these trees here down, flowing like that, washing around them. They ain't in the best of shape to begin with. We already had one we needed to get cleaned up right here, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work. All right, we'll catch back up with you. Morning, y'all. Out checking fence. Right there is your high water line. That's about 6 foot, 5.5, 6 foot up on the base of that tree. We got a good bit of destruction. This side of the cow pasture is pretty good. Still got a lot of water. It's early the next morning. We had cows out this morning to be expected. Luckily, they were just in the horse pasture. And yeah, they didn't get too far. But y'all can see all the rings on the leaves and on the trees there. That's how high the water was. Over here in the cow pasture on the other side, we got a cross fence here. Fencing's all tore up, pretty bad. Over here we've got a lovely sand deposit. Oh, it's getting soft. I think we need 4-wheel drive. There we go. Got a lovely sand deposit here. Zoom back out. I don't know, probably a foot of sand. Easily deposited across the pasture there. And right back yonder is where the washout of our dike was. A lot of trees down, a lot of fence down. It'll take a while to fix all this. Cows are all wanting something. They probably don't like this muddy, watery grass, so we're gonna get them a bale of silage, see if that'll keep them happy. My old dump truck over here. Normally I don't have problems of the water getting up this high. Usually it might just come up halfway on the tires or something. But y'all can see it was in the cab of my old dump truck, so probably gonna have to drain some engine oil before we fire that bad boy back up. Deposited a nice tree here in front of our cattle chute. Y'all can see the kind of the mud line up on that, about the third rail up. That's about 3.5 foot deep there. Luckily, it looks like most of our logs stayed in position or stayed put. They floated a little bit, but our whole entire pile of firewood that was here, guys, from a couple videos ago, it's gone. We may have lost one log or so, I can't tell. They moved a little bit. This pile of firewood still stayed for the most part. So, just gonna be a lot of cleaning up. So it's just gonna be a lot of cleaning up. But that's a wrap on the damages. I guess we'll see y'all back when we start cleaning the place up. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Well, y'all, all right. Got my camera finally. It has been 2 days since Debbie came through. Water went out that we had late or early morning. The following morning, the water here will go out as soon as everything starts drying up. But I figured I'd pull out the old camera and show y'all some of our wonderful devastation that we've got. Sorry, I'm trying to get a gate open here. Let me close this gate back real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're out here in the horse pasture. There's our little mini horse, Kappa. We got Diamond and Rosemary coming up here. Dang, I went the wrong way. I just missed one of the trees falling that we was worried about. But anywho, we're out here in the horse pasture. We got our ring back yesterday, put a new hay bale in it for the horses. Out there we've got some sand washed up, a little bit of fence down. So right here is a brush pile that I had not burnt. It's washed up on the fence there. Calvin's coming around with side by side. Our fence has got a good bit of debris washed up on it and whatnot. But back here in the cow pasture and the horse run is where the majority of the devastation is. Calvin, these trees are still falling. One of them just fell. So our creek on the opposite side of the creek here washed out on the neighbor's side. And what we've got, and I'll try to get over the fence here in just a second. The whole opposite side of the creek there washed out. We've got about 4 very large trees. It was this one right here. It broke on out. All the weight of it broke out of this.
Got to be careful with that one because that weight on that one might make this one go over.
Yeah, it's all hung up in this one, widowmakers and whatnot. It just took out more fence. But we got all that. Let me get down here and get through the gate. We had to put up a temporary block off from the horses. We got a new pond here. This bowl has washed out from all the water that was coming in where the side-by-side's parked right there. If you saw on our YouTube short or on some of the other videos. We've got a large oak here that has fallen as well. And we got to get some of this stuff cut off our fence. But this oak come from across the creek over there. We'll probably try to either rent or hire a large excavator to come try to get this stuff cleaned out of the creek, or it'll create some major blockages. One of the other trees, now that we're on the other side, it's hung up in these couple of trees right here in front of us. It's leaning across. Let's see if I can get a better view here. I don't want this rascal to fall on us. Like I say, that one just fell further. So, 3 fairly large trees here. This one's full of poison ivy. That whole bank across the way has given way there. A pretty large portion of it. So, that's not the worst. That's really the neighbor's stuff, but that's our field. And it's gonna block up the creek for us more than it'll hurt him. So, a lot of fence down. All the animals are good, they're happy. And chilling, they're just blocked off to smaller pastures than they're used to. But we're gonna get around here to where I was telling y'all the water was washing out our dike. I'm climbing up that dike now. More fence down. Trees, we watch trees just wipe all this fencing through here out. Try to get down here. Gonna be a lot of work fixing all this. It took out, our horses usually can come here, cows are to our left. So our horses have access to go all the way to the back to the creek. Well, now they've got beachfront property. We have got sand washed up all throughout the pasture. This is about 1 foot thick right there. And we've got a hell of a hole to fill in. Several years back, I've got a video on the channel of a little spot in this dike washing out and us building it back. We're probably about, all in all, 8, 9 foot of fill got to come back in here. It washed the fence out. It washed sand all out throughout the pasture right there. A lot of sand. Dug out all these holes and crevices here. Try to get down in here. Regardless, we got to fix this back. Otherwise, we'll flood even worse. And it will continue to eat my property away if I don't fix this back. So we're down here where it ate out. You can see the force of the water just pushing all this brush over. It started coming in right there in that corner and just ate this whole thing away there. I'm 6 foot tall, and if I walk to that, it's, like I say, we're right at 6, 7 foot eroded out of the bank there. Lots of trash and debris in the creeks. Lots of it in the fields out here. My back fence back there behind the cow pond, it washed that fence out. It lifted up a whole pile of split firewood. Washed that all throughout everywhere. And the kicker is, I don't have much time to work on this. We've got a few day window of possible decent weather. And we've got hay that needs to be mowed yesterday. It could have been cut a week or two ago. We're probably going to take our chances and go knock down about 30 acres of hay while Calvin works on getting some of the trees cleared off this fence so we can try to get some wire back up. I hate leaving that just to him. I might have a buddy with a Mini X gonna be able to come help. We got the grapple and the Kubota, but it's a pretty good side hill a lot of this brush is on. So who knows, who knows. But that's gonna be a wrap on this video, guys. I will bring y'all along on some of the fixing up of some of this when I get time to help with that. But as of right now, I'm gonna get Calvin me and him get our heads together on what he's gonna try to do while I'm gone. And then, yeah, that's where we're at with this. So.
There, I started cutting the debris off the fence. It kept popping. I got out of there because it's still falling.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Yeah, it's still coming down.
It's pushing on that other tree pretty good.
Yeah. Sooner or later, it's all going to go over it. I just don't want to be underneath it when it go do.
Yep. Well, me and Calvin's going to get a game plan together. That's the end of this one, guys. We will see y'all on the next one. Appreciate you watching. Say a prayer for us and our family. We'll pray for you. And y'all take care. We'll see you on the next video.